Hey, what's up? We have been testing a few projectors with rotating stands lately, and I think it is a very convenient solution because you can quickly change the angle of the projection on the wall or even the ceiling. In addition, these projectors have an automatic keystone correction, so their use is very comfortable. However, most projectors with rotating stands are compact, which means they have compromises in brightness and a native resolution. If you need good image quality, the projector needs to be big. Today we will talk about one of these projectors, which has excellent image quality while having a rotating stand. It is called Yaber V12. It has 1080p native resolution, 700 anti-lumens brightness, autofocus and auto keystone correction, 20 watts built-in speaker with Dolby Audio support, as well as Netflix and other streaming services pre-installed. By the way, it is one of the most beautiful projectors that I have ever seen, because it has a wide body with a fabric front panel, comfortable handle and other exciting design features. But let's talk about everything in order and start with unboxing. You know, Yaber V12 comes in a very big box, but don't worry, the projector itself is much smaller. There are some specifications of the projector on the back of the box, as well as what's included. As you can see, the projector takes up about half the box inside. The rest of the box is taken up by the stand and accessory box, with a power cable, HDMI cable and cleaning cloth. The brand kit envelope has a quick start guide and other documentation. There are also 4 screws in the box to install the stand. We will do it a little later. Of course, the remote control is included, and by the way, it has many buttons. We will talk more about it in detail later. As you can see, the stand is removable, and that's really good, because you can choose to use it or not. Personally, I want to use a stand, so let's install it. First, we need to turn the projector upside down, and then take the stand and screw it to the bottom of the projector using the 4 screws provided. That's it. The rotating stand is very comfortable, even though its angle is only 30 degrees, and the manufacturer recommends using ± 15 degrees. As you understand, the Yaber V12 is not designed for ceiling projection. However, you can project an image onto the wall at almost any angle. Another feature in design of the new Yaber projector is the handle. It feels very nice to the touch, because it is made of leather or something similar. Using the handle, you can carry the projector from one room to another. I wouldn't say it is convenient to do this though, because the projector is quite large and heavy. Its dimensions are 235 by 195 by 235 mm. The weight is 33.75 grams. It's definitely not a compact, much less a portable projector, because it doesn't have a built-in battery. Still, it is probably the most beautiful projector I have ever had. I really like its white matte body, while the front has a glossy plastic with some texture as well as fabric panel. The lens is protected with a cover. It is good to keep dust from collecting on the lens. By the way, the projector has a dust-proof design and an enclosed optical engine. This prevents dust from getting inside the body, which prolongs the lifespan of the light source. You can also open the dust-proof net on the side of the projector and clean it from dust. The air outlet is on the other side. By the way, I forgot to tell you about autofocus and keystone correction sensors on the front. On the back we have RJ45 Ethernet port, 2 USB ports, 2 HDMI ports, headphone jack and infrared signal receiver. The power input is below. The Yaber V12 has only a power button on top, so you will need a remote control to operate the projector. As I said before, this remote has many buttons such as Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video and Open Browser. I don't know what these red, green, yellow and blue buttons are for, but I will find out later. There is also projection mode button, manual focus adjustment buttons, as well as number pad and even USB. I think this remote control will be useful. Okay, now let's turn on the projector. so when you first power on the Yaber V12 projector, it automatically adjusts the focus. However, as you can see, the auto keystone correction didn't work. It is probably just not enabled. We will check it later. Now we can choose the projection mode, language, region. Read the terms of use and connect to Wi-Fi network. Let's do this right now. You just need to select your home Wi-Fi network and enter the password from it. Next, the projector invites us to log into the Netflix account. Before we talk about the home screen and built-in apps of the Yaber V12, I want to make a keystone correction. For that, let's go to the settings menu, Keystone, and here we can see that auto correction after boot and auto correction after displacement are turned off. Let's turn them on. After rebooting, the projector automatically adjusts the focus and makes keystone correction. The screen is much better now, right? So the smart system of the Yaber V12 projector looks like this. This is not an Android TV, and I am not even sure it is an Android system at all. It could be Linux. Anyway, we have Netflix, YouTube, YouTube Kids, Plex, TG, Tiki Live, App Store, Open Browser, DocuBay, and Prime Video on the home screen. Among the other apps on this projector are App Assistant, Screencast, Home Share, and Bluetooth Speaker. We will talk about Bluetooth Speaker and screen mirroring a little later. There are also trending shows on the home screen, as well as a few browser games. Using the App Store, you can download the other applications on the projector. If you plan to use a projector for kids, there is a built-in app with cartoons.
I do not understand why you're still mad at me.
Really, Tom? Well, let's run through what you did. First, you read my diary.
Okay, now let's take a look at the settings. First, we can select an input source for the projector, such as Home, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and USB. In the settings menu, we have a setup with OSD language, time setup, screensaver, sleep timer, auto sleep, USB upgrade, and internet update. In the picture mode menu, we can choose a picture mode from custom, cinema, sport, vivid, HD bright, and standard, as well as change brightness, contrast, saturation, etc. The audio settings include bass, treble, sound style, digital output mode, and dialogue enhancement. We will come back to Bluetooth a little later. I have already connected to the Wi-Fi network, but the feature of the Yaber V12 projector is an Ethernet port, so you can use a cable. Next, we can change the projection mode. I have already told you about auto keystone correction, but there is also a manual 4-point correction in the settings. You can also use a digital zoom from 100 to 50%. The focus adjustment is also automatic and manual. At the end, you can read about your projector. The Yaber V12 projector has a screen mirroring function, so let's see how it works. First, you need to make sure that your smartphone and projector are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. If you have an Android mobile device or a Windows laptop, then open Screencast. I have an iPhone and it didn't work for me. I have also tried using Home Share to mirror the screen of my iPhone on the projector, but that didn't work either. It looks like I will not be able to watch Instagram or TikTok on this projector. However, I can go to YouTube and stream the video to the projector. That's really good. And cheaper than laptops. I have been using the mini PC we tested on our channel Tech Brothers for almost a year now, and its performance is more than enough for me. When it comes to Bluetooth, you can connect an external speaker or headphones to the projector by going to the settings menu, turning on Bluetooth and selecting your device. However, I don't think it makes much sense, because the Yaber V12 has an excellent 20 watts built-in speaker. You can even use it as a Bluetooth speaker for your smartphone. Just open the Bluetooth speaker on the projector, then take your phone, open the Bluetooth menu and select Smart Projector. By the way, make sure you have Bluetooth connection enabled in the settings menu. Now you can play music on your phone and the sound will come from the projector's speaker. The sound quality is amazing. This is one of the best speakers among all projectors I have tested. Believe me, I have tried many projectors, over 100. Before we start talking about projection quality, let's measure the noise level. So the fan noise near the projector is about 46 decibels. And it is 43 decibels at 1 meter. Given the size of the projector, I would say it is pretty quiet. Okay, let's move on to the projection quality. I think you have already noticed that the Yaber V12 has a clear image. This is because of the 1080p Full HD native resolution. The text is really sharp, and I didn't see blurring around the edges. You should also know that I have placed the projector about 4 meters from the wall, and my screen size is about 120 inches. This is a really big screen. I have already talked about autofocus and automatic keystone correction, but I want to say it again, it is very convenient. You can move the projector up and down on the stand, and it automatically adjusts the focus and keystone correction. I couldn't find any information on the contrast level, but I like the colors very much. They are rich and bright. Talking about the brightness, it is 700 lumens. It is a very bright projector, and it can light up your room like it is daytime. You know, the brightness is important for a projector, not only to be able to use a projector during the daytime, but also to watch dark films. If the brightness is not enough, it will not be comfortable to watch movies.
Or your house burns.
When the desire to kill and burn takes hold and reason is forgotten.
The Yaber V12 has good brightness, and you can watch any content with pleasure. Now you can watch some videos.
Born without a drop of nobility in his blood.
What do you think about saving worlds? But you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
Go, Ortega. Come on, Tony. Go down. He's had a good season in difficult circumstances.
tonight and get a little extra time to heal and prepare for their opponent. As Andrew Wiggins gets inside and gets the body.
No sigue adelante. Keep going. No comment.
I already mentioned that the Yaber V12 projector has a good brightness, and you can even use it in a room with bright light. Although the colors will not be as rich as in total darkness.
Arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat. So strap yourselves in, Horizon. But he also knows just one game. That's all you have to win. This is not a playoff series. It's a one to win. This is not a playoff series. It's a one game and move on.
Ability in his blood. A lion who would change without a drop of nobility in his blood. A lion who would change our lives.
You know, I like everything about the Yaber V12 projector, starting with a cute design, rotating stand and handle, to excellent image quality. The stand is very handy, and with autofocus and automatic Keystone Correction, you can quickly project the image on any wall. The speaker is also very important for any projector, and it is one of the best here. I believe that Yaber V12 is the best projector under $300 that is available in 2024. Thank you for watching. See you soon!